So we are 2 days post the South Downs Way.
Yep.
Self-supported and continuous. 4 days.
80 hours and 4 minutes.
4
Love
minutes.
my stats. And we didn't do 100 miles. I know you hate me saying this. We did 108 miles, 0.76. Gotta take that 0.76. My feet are telling me to. Beautiful. It was very spontaneous. We went in the end.
Yeah, we were planning on going end of this month really.
Yeah.
And we were en route to Pembrokeshire. We had some business to attend to down in Pembrokeshire, and we were going to, whilst we were down there, we were going to throw in a two-day hike on the Pembrokeshire coast with a wild camp, just as a final dress rehearsal.
It was like the last week of training really, wasn't it?
Yeah, just to iron out any discomfort with our sleep system and our tent and so on and so forth. Yeah, on the way down we were looking at the weather, debating where to go on the Pembrokeshire coast, what to do on the Pembrokeshire coast, how far to walk on the Pembrokeshire coast, and you floated there. Well, South Downs Way's looking nice.
I said it flippantly.
But time you had a chance to finish the sentence, I'd handbrake the truck round and we were heading back south. No,
You've taken a wrong turn.
we were heading back east.
Eastbound.
Eastbound to Eastbourne, and then caught the 6 o'clock train to Winchester.
Two change it. One change, wasn't it? Didn't we go to Clapham Junction?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
That's right. And then from there to Winchester.
Yeah.
But what did it take us? 3 hours total, and it was quite pleasant.
Yeah, we had
wasn't
a
it?
coffee, didn't we? We had a coffee and a croissant. Wended our way through the historic town of Winchester.
Beautiful.
Pretty as it is.
Yeah.
You start at the bridge for the River Itchen.
That was very pretty, wasn't it? Typically.
What's it called? The old mill?
That's right.
Mill.
Yeah, it's called the Old Mill. It was a little National Trust property,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. And we are slowly climbing up out of Winchester, up onto, making our way up onto the Downs. Well, we started around 9 o'clock, I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
Around 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Which was probably 3 hours later than we would have liked to have started, because part of our mantra for following away is to try and walk from dawn till dusk on each day.
Yeah, instead of distance really, isn't it?
So up out of Winchester, rural, a mixture of lanes, farm tracks, beach woodland, and it was pretty much a steady old climb all the way through that day, I would say, until we kind of reached Butser Hill.
Definitely.
I kind of felt that was the climax of that day. It nothing really stuck in my mind apart from being lanes, farms. Winchester Hill was okay.
Looking back and seeing Winchester and the fact that we climbed up out there, but yeah, there was nothing that was like, oh my god,
No.
that was absolutely
No.
beautiful.
Winchester Hill was the highest point, so really I would suppose calling Butser Hill as the climax. Yeah, it rose up pleasantly enough.
Yeah,
Did we get any? We did stop for goodies, didn't we? Yes.
Was it Meonstoke, a lovely little village post office?
Because there was a pub there, wasn't it? And we had a look at the pub, and the beer garden was rammed and it was too busy, so we thought, well, we won't stop there because we're going to get a bit of a roll and a drink. And then we built up to Butser Hill. We got to Butser Hill and it was getting late. We probably could have squeezed out another 2 hours, hour and a half maybe out of the day, but it was just a nice spot, Butser Hill, so we thought this is where we'll spend our first night here. It was up on the hill. It was a beautiful evening. So day 2.
Yeah, it was lovely. We woke up on Butser Hill, wasn't it? Chilly.
I was cold.
But we literally got straight out of the tent, packed everything away, and we were on the move within like minutes.
Yeah.
We'd kind of carried on in our sleep stuff, hadn't we, and thought we would warm up and up to the top of the woods. And then we stopped there, didn't we?
For breakfast.
That's right.
Yeah, on the bench.
Got changed.
Again, it was farmland, country estates, and that went on then really.
To Harting Down. That's it changed on the route, I'd say. As in, it just kind of got better.
You felt you were on the downs proper then, didn't
yeah.
you?
Yeah, because you could see for miles. It was literally a patchwork
Yeah.
landscape, wasn't it?
And I kind of feel we pretty much stayed up on the down. I know we dropped down then to go obviously through some of the little villages where there was road crossings, but pretty much we were on the downs then until the final day.
Yeah.
So yes, so that would be second Beacon Hill. So we've got to Amberley, coming evening and night 2, evening of day 2. Wasn't it? We dropped down into Amberley.
That's right, across the river. We had a stop with a ice cream, that farm. What day was that?
That was coming up out of Amberley.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, literally coming up out of Amberley. There was a farm shop there, so we had cold drink.
I was en route as well.
I was en route, yeah, straight through the farmyard. The shop was there, yeah.
Quite a climb up out of there, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah.
What was it called? Kithurst.
Kithurst Hill. That's where we spent night 2.
That's right.
Where was the Chancery Ring and that hill fort? Was that day 3?
I think that was the beginning of day 3.
The morning of day 3,
yeah.
was it? So Chancery Ring, hill fort, back up on the downs, beautiful day, wall-to-wall sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, and then day 2 just continued rolling on across the downs, getting progressively hotter, and it's getting more tired as the day went on. Was there water at that church?
You could have gone in, because there was a sign on this saying this church has been offering respite, refreshments and basically to pilgrims for over the last 800 years. You could really see the landscape rolling there. Beautiful views from there, countryside.
Windmill?
Yeah, that's where we started seeing the windmills, because we saw the 2 as we were climbing up out of Pycombe. You could see the 2 windmills, which you actually go past.
Yeah.
Those 2, didn't you? And then we headed up on the hill.
It was 7:30 when we, 7:15, 7:45 when we started to set up that night for the last camp. We decided that we were going to get a march on day 4 and set off early, pre-dawn, pre-sunrise. So we set the alarm for 5 and we were up and gone.
Minutes.
We packed our packs in such a way that all we had to do was ram our sleeping bags in the top, and we thought we'll wake up, make a start, and then the usual sort of like 10, 11 o'clock when it starts to get a bit warm, we'll stop then when we're a bit more awake, have a cup of coffee, repack our kit, change our clothes. So we dropped down off there then into
Take It South Easy.
Take It South Easy.
That was such a lovely little place. The fact that it had little signs along the way that the kids had drawn, welcoming you into the village
and encouraging you to drive carefully.
Yeah, which was, I thought that was quite nice. No, we're open because that was about 8 o'clock we got there, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure to be.
7 o'clock.
Then another big climb up back up onto the downs.
Did we cross the river there?
Yeah, I think we crossed the Ouse there.
Quite big, wide.
Yeah, tied off.
Yeah.
We went back up and there was the 2 masts. Again, another day up on the downs, heading for Alfriston, and Alfriston was going to be our last sort of refreshment break before taking on the Seven Sisters.
It was all kind of building to the Seven Sisters, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
No, fox. So we dropped down into
Alfriston.
Yeah.
You could kind of start seeing the estuary then,
Yeah.
wiggling like a silver line, almost mimicking the chalk paths that we walked
Yeah,
on, wasn't it?
yeah.
It was,
So we left Alfriston.
it got a little bit sketchy there, I thought, with the signs. Because the South Downs Race sign, because I have to say, for a continuous 100-mile way, the sign, the marking of the route was
Impeccable.
phenomenal. It really was.
Yeah. So we climbed through that another little village, Illington. Littlington.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, down there. Then there was a climb up a big flight of steps, and then it reveals and you see the actual estuary, the start of Seven Sisters Country
That's
Park.
right.
The winding its way down. There must have been a shop there, because they looked to be a visitor centre, so you could have probably called, there must have been a shop there for if you wanted a cool drink or a bag of minty sweeties to see you across the Seven Sisters. And then yeah, it was the Seven Sisters.
The coastal path in Wales.
Very rugged.
Yes, so you are
Plunges.
literally, you go right down to sea level and you're back at, the elevation is phenomenal when
Yeah,
you walk that,
yeah.
isn't it? And I was expecting it to be the same. So I was quite surprised that it actually, I mean, when you look at the cliff edge side, it is very much rolling like
A
the
roller
Downs,
coaster. Yeah, yeah.
which is beautiful. And of course, we'd been talking the whole way about how, oh my God, Seven Sisters is so going to be the highlight. And when we get there,
Sea mist. Pea soup.
Vic, it was like being up in the Black Mountains.
It was, yeah.
It was like,
Total
you just
white.
couldn't write it, could you?
Total white.
And I jokingly said to you, because you were like, oh, can't believe it. And I said, it's all right, I reckon when we get to Beachy Head, the mist is going to clear and it'll reveal the lighthouse and we'll see all the cliffs. Kind of did, didn't it?
It did. It did. It was.
Which made it the more dramatic.
It did. It was. Yeah, it was up and down through the mist, and then the sun broke. The mist rolled back temporarily, and we could see Burling Gap. And Burling Gap's halfway along the Seven Sisters.
Yeah.
And that was a good refreshment break. That was toilets,
National Trust.
National Trust, a porcelain poop.
First one.
A porcelain poop.
First time we'd actually sat down on anything.
Yeah,
That was bizarre.
yeah.
Sitting down and going, oh my God, I haven't sat on
Yeah.
a thing apart from your bum on the grass.
Yeah, and then we had a cup of coffee. I had a cup of coffee, cake.
Cake was all
I had a sandwich and a bench. And then we climbed up a Burling Gap.
I was going to climb up at a Burling Gap. Because that was the end of the Seven Sisters, wasn't it? And then that's where you make your way to Beachy Head.
Yeah.
And we saw that first lighthouse, and at first we thought that was it. But that was the old lighthouse, wasn't it? Yeah. But I have to say, I did not know Eastbourne was such a beautiful coastline. I cannot still get out of my head the image of the mist had cleared. I could see the sparkling white cliff, the lush green slopes, and the sea was, no exaggeration, turquoise. And as you were moving away from, it's quite sad, I think, as you were moving away from the skylarks, and that was getting fainter, the noise of the city was just getting louder. It really is a boom, you're back into
culture
reality.
shock.
And it was like, oh my God, it's over. It's over. It's really sad. I felt quite emotional at that point, because it was like, oh my God, you know, remembering the little times when I was perhaps up on the downs thinking, oh God, what are you doing? Thinking, oh, it's over now, you know? And then, what do you say to me?
What train station were we at? Well, I opened up Google Maps and I put in Eastbourne train station, and it lit up with 4 or 5 train stations on Google Maps, and I was like, well...
It didn't even occur to me that there was more than one train station. We live in Abergavenny, there's one train station.